Hey everyone, Melissa here and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a process video for the Hip Kit Club design team. It is Cut File Tuesday and I am working with the beautiful December 2020 Hip Kits. I have a cut file that I've chosen and it's called the Geostar and it's absolutely beautiful. And my project today is to use a cut file to create a dimensional layout using the negative space of the cut file. So I would call this the positive space, the positive piece of the cut file. This is usually the piece that we take. Many a time we cut this on cardstock, often white cardstock, and then back the cut file with pattern papers. So what I'm intending to do to make this work for my assignment is to use the negative space, which I consider to be these pieces here. Now they're still on my cut mat. I will take them off soon and you'll see as I make this. But what I'm going to do is pop them up on dimensional adhesive, and then I will use this positive part of the cut file as a stencil, lift it away, and you'll just be left with the negative pieces. I have this cheeky little photo of my little girls. It's from Christmas 2019. I want to say last year, but last year was 2020, so it was the year before, and they got matching PJs for Christmas, and this is after Christmas, probably around Boxing Day or the next day, and I just love how cheeky and cute it is, and I love that their PJs go so well with this pattern paper. So obviously I'm going to add a lot more to my layout. This is just the starting point, but I just wanted to talk it through with you and tell you what I'm intending to do. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I did was work out where I wanted the cut file or the negative parts of the cut file to sit, and because I'm a bit of a perfectionist and I wanted it to sit straight, I just used that triangular ruler and drew some lines across so that if my star, so the stencil, was to move, I could always position it back to where I wanted it. So I'm using little Stampin' Up! Dimensionals, just 2 per triangle, and at this moment I'm realizing that there's a way that I've cut this so that the pattern lines up, and now that I think about it, it probably wouldn't have mattered too much because I have got gaps between and these triangles are so small, but being a little bit of a perfectionist, I did want to make sure I lined everything up to where it was meant to be. So I'm not showing you that whole process because it's pretty boring, but here you can see everything is adhered, and I'm just using the silhouette tool to lift up my the stencil part to leave the negative. Now you may also be wondering, why am I using a Cricut cut file mat with my silhouette? And that's because 2 reasons. They are firmer and stickier. I guess it's 3 reasons really, and the other reason is because I can get them at a local craft shop. I don't have to send away for them, so if I run out or if my craft mat is ruined, I need a new one, I can literally within about half an hour have one, be back at home with a new one. So here I'm just punching some holes in all of the central and outer parts of the cut file, and the reason for this is because I'm using my stencil as a stencil again as to where to punch or pierce the holes on my layout so that I can do some long stitching. So I've sped this up because it's really not that exciting, but I did want to show you how I did it. Now, where several lines meet, I want to make sure that my hole is exactly in the middle, and that is why I've used that ruler again. So here I've put it down, and then I'm just piercing through gently, just marking where the holes will be, and then I'm using that Amy Tangerine mat to actually pierce my holes. Now, when it comes to the stitching, it's not perfect. There are some parts of this where I probably could have lifted the reposition the hole is what I'm meaning, so that it doesn't touch the paper, the raised dimension paper. But here you can see I'm just doing long stitches, so I'm not piercing a whole lot of holes between each of the 2 holes in the line that I'm stitching, and you'll get what I mean. I'm probably doing a terrible job of explaining it, but you'll see what I mean in a sec. So there it is there, with all of the stitching, and it's really cute. I always have a moment, I think I might have said this on my last video, where I wonder if my idea is going to work, and in this instance it does, so thank goodness. In most instances actually I'm able to work with what I've done and keep my style and achieve what I intend to achieve. Anyway, that's a bit deep and meaningful for a scrapbooking process video. So here I'm selecting some of the papers that are going to work really well with the colours in my photo, and I don't want to take away from the softness and prettiness of that star. So I think I said at the beginning, I'm really inspired by the colours in my girls' pyjamas, which also inspired the colour or the pattern paper that I selected for the star. And then I'm using a couple of pattern papers, and I think I add some vellum. Yeah, add some vellum. This is from the cardstock kit. It's awesome to get vellum. It's white vellum as well, which I love. Some vellums can be slightly kind of off-white, but the white one is great. You can use it with everything. So I'm adhering onto vellum with some double-sided tape and liquid adhesive. I guess I want that double-sided tape to hold it down because vellum is quite thin. It's strong though. Yeah, so now I'm wanting to position my photo and just using a little bit of craft foam to lift up the parts that I want to lift up and have it lying flat with that dimension of the cut file, but also have it slightly above. So that's why I've put 2 layers of that craft foam on the bottom and 1 on the top to keep it flat. So loving how that's looking. And now the fun part, which is embellishing. It's always my favourite part. Once I've got the main idea for my layout, it might just be a couple of pieces of paper, it might be 1 piece of paper, then I build from there. So bearing in mind that Christmas in New Zealand is a summer Christmas, so I don't want to use any winter icons. Sometimes I do, like in my December daily, I will definitely use snowflakes and things as embellishments. This photo, I can't remember if I said, but it was taken on Boxing Day, and so they just happened to be standing in front of the Christmas tree, which is a perfect excuse for me to get a few Christmas icons onto this page and Christmas foliage. Now, one thing I wanted to do was build up a couple of floral clusters, or not really florals, more leaves, because there are a lot of leaves in this die cut pack. I've got a few things in that die cut pack that aren't meant to be in there, like the Cheers bottle of wine and wine glasses, and something else in there too. So I'm, the perfectionist in me has to remove them and put them in the right package. And the reason I keep my things in their packages is because if I have an assignment that needs a specific item, like for example floral die cuts, it's easy for me just to pull that package and use them. But when it comes to killing the kits, I kind of mix everything up within the kit. So once again, I think Ava was over there pointing at herself. She has to come and join because I'm creating and pointing at her and saying that's me. Really cute. And I did want to incorporate this word friends onto this layout because these two, although they are sisters, they just get on so well. And the colour tone was right, but I think it was a bit dominant. And I was going to call this Best Friends, but I struggled with the title for this one. So I asked Brielle what I should call it. I said, shall I call it Cheeky Monkeys, Cheeky Twins, because they are pulling a face. She liked the term Best Friends, but you'll see soon that I changed my title to one of the die cuts, but I do still manage to get the word Best Friends on there, although not the die cut one, I use a chipboard one. So I was really, really hoping to use that puffy word sticker. At this point, I'm still thinking of using it. Just starting to build my cluster. I did struggle a bit, I have to be honest, with these clusters on this layer. I'm not sure why. I think it's because I wanted to add a third one, but wasn't really sure where. But you'll see I do a little bit more embellishing in another position very soon. So just going through everything really. Spoilt for choice. There are so many beautiful bits and pieces in this kit. I love to include a range of textures in my embellishing. So I've got puffy stickers, die cut pieces, and I'll bring in some chipboard soon as well. Sorry about all the door slamming here. It's really, really windy here. It's finally summer. It's about 26 degrees today, Celsius. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that we've been having quite a cold summer and we've been wondering if summer is going to come at all. It seems to have come today, so that's all good. So adding another puffy sticker, try to balance my clusters and have the same types of embellishments in each one. There's my head. I've added the phrase December memories because I just wanted to get some of these things used up. and I thought that went perfectly with this kind of Christmassy themed layout. So I love this little cross-stitch frame that says home on it. I actually ended up with 2 in my die cut pack, so that's a bonus. I did think about hand stitching around the outside of the frame, but in the end I've just left it because I think I've got enough stitching going on, and I am going to add some stitching around the outside of my page at the end as well. So adhering things with liquid adhesive and also dimensional adhesive, of course, to get that extra dimension. Okay, so as you watch me just work on these clusters, there's not really that much more to say. I probably could have cut this out, but I don't know. Do you like watching my entire process? I know that my videos are getting quite long because I am keeping so much in. So let me know below in the comments what you like to see. I will always be chatting with you in my videos because I know for me personally I like watching videos where the person is chatting. So one more thing I'll say about embellishing these areas is that if you want to feature a die cut or embellishment that you really love, and for me it's that one there, it says home, that beautiful little cross stitch frame, you can definitely make it more prominent on your layout by using dimensional adhesive, which is what I'm doing. You can add stitching, and I thought about stitching around the frame in like a pale pink just embroidery thread, but then I decided that I probably had enough hand stitching already. Or you could add something to it, like in the November 2020 hip kits, in the colour kit, we got some Nuvo glimmer paste, which is absolutely stunning. So you can add things like that to make your embellishment stand out. But in this instance, I just loved how it looked on its own, and adding the dimension actually helps it stand out. So while you're watching me just create these clusters, I know I've talked in every video about becoming a subscriber because it ensures that you don't miss out on getting a kit, but I know I've got a few new subscribers here myself, and so I thought I'd just talk about what you get if you subscribe to Hip Kits. Okay, so as a subscriber, you have to get the main kit, and you actually get a reduced main kit price, and you also get a 15% discount on all other add-on purchases. So I know for me, before I was on the design team, I would always get the main kit, the pattern paper add-on, and the embellishment kit, and I would occasionally get the colour kit. But now that I'm on the team, I want all the things, and so I get all the kits. And if you are a heavy embellisher like me, then if you're going to get the embellishment kit and the Pocket Life kit, there is heaps and heaps for you to choose from. And I love having different sizes and textures of embellishments. So as well as those discounts, you also get free exclusive access to the Hip Kit Club subscriber cut files. And I know for me, I love using cut files, and they also help me if my creative mojo is low. I know that I can grab a cut file and maybe work on backing it, and in that process of playing with the cut file, I'll get some kind of creative inspiration back. So they definitely stretch your kit. You can cut them, I think, with all cut files, all digital cutting machines. I use Silhouette Cameo. I know there are other people that use Cricut, Brother, Scan and Cut, etc. So I think the main benefit of being a subscriber to me is it ensures I don't miss out on these kits. And what I've loved lately is that these kits are exclusive, meaning the product is designed by Kim and Kimberly, and it's only available through the club. And I know it's been really popular ever since the August kit, which was absolutely amazing. We've had 2 more kits, this one and the November one. And actually, I think January is exclusive too. So yeah, if you love the style that you're seeing in here, then definitely subscribe. And I have the link below to take you over to the website. You'll also want to join the Facebook group because that's where we share a lot, and that's a place for subscribers to share their layouts and projects, and also enter our weekly Friday challenges. Okay, Apologies, there is now someone weed eating outside, not on our house, but on our property, but next door. So sorry about that. Nothing I can do about that. It's just seems to be whenever I do a voiceover, there's either children, rubbish truck, lawn mowing, or weed eating going on. Okay, so back to the layout. I added some Heidi Swapp Colour Shine in black splatters, and I added some Lindy Stamp Gang, I think it's Andrea's Azalea. That is a pink metallic-y colour that we got a couple of years ago in the colour kit for HipKit. And now I'm just wanting to add a background just to have a border for this layout, really. And I love that white and red plaid. It just goes so beautifully with the colours that I've chosen for this layout. So using double-sided tape, and then off the camera I will machine stitch around the edge. I didn't distress the edges. I don't know why I didn't. Normally I would, but in this instance I haven't. And now I'm just adding some more embellishments because I just can't leave it alone. I'm adding more of these beautiful puffy stars. I think I've used almost all of the small ones now, and I've only got the large ones left. I just love the whimsy that they add and the texture that they have, and I'm adding some enamel dots as well. So trying to be random. I find it quite hard to make things random even though they're intentional, if that makes sense. But yeah, often I'll add things where there are, I don't know, some splatters. So all that's lacking now is my journaling, and I'll add that in a sec. And if you read my post on the HipKit Facebook group or members forum, you'll notice that I hinted to making a mistake and messing it up and fixing it, and it's the smudge that I've done there. I haven't waited for that colour shine to dry, and I've smudged it with my hand, and I've smudged it above the main cluster as well. And so now I'm going to attempt to fix it with some white acrylic paint. I thought it would work, but it kind of makes it worse. And I could have just left it and maybe edited it out somehow in the photos of my layout, but it just bugged me. So I don't show you me fixing it further on here, but what I do is add a chipboard star down there where I'm at now, and I add some more puffy stars. So you can see there how I fixed it, and it's actually a happy accident because I like it more that I've added the extra embellishment. So that is my final layout. Thank you so much for watching, and do make sure you share your HipKit Club projects in the members group. Thanks guys, I'll be back soon.